What if I told you that your soul, your birth chart, chose to be here at this time in order to usher in humanity into this new paradigm? Sounds a little woo-woo, but I'm breaking it all down. Hi friends, my name is Haley Comet and welcome to my cosmic corner of the internet where we discuss all things astrology. Friends, you don't need me to tell you we are living in a strange time. Very unprecedented, something that by which we've never seen before. First, let's discuss why this is occurring. A lot of astrologers are pointing, myself included, are pointing to Saturn conjunct Pluto for the current state of the world that we are experiencing at the present time. I have another video on my channel that deep dives into the historical background of these aspects, because you'll see every time Saturn and Pluto, they're slow moving, so they don't meet up very often. Last time they met up was 1982. Every time they move in together, there is lasting transformational change and it's destruction of an old way of being. You'll see them linked to times of poverty, times of economic crashes, times of war. So with those two planets coming together in 2020, there was a destruction in the realm of the sign that it met up in. So we look to the sign to understand what is shifting in our world. And the Saturn Pluto this year in 2020 met up in the sign of Capricorn, which tells me as an astrologer, the current state of the world isn't so much about, sweeping health changes that'll take place or sweeping sanitation changes that'll make place, but more so in the realm of Capricorn. Capricorn governs work, government, big business, how we conduct ourselves professionally, how we create value in the economy. This is what is shifting, and even more so, destroying and being destructed. And it doesn't mean that we're not going to rise up from the ashes even stronger. It's just that our working world, the workforce, will never look exactly as it did before this year. Capricornian themes. Saturn is the planet of structure. Pluto is the planet of transformation. The structure of work, since it's occurring in Capricorn, is permanently transforming. In this video, I wanted to more so be, focus on the positive side and what we are helping to create. Because while that was a destructive aspect, Saturn and Pluto, what we have coming up at the end of the year, end of 2020, December, Saturn conjunct Jupiter is a more constructive aspect that is ushering a new cycle. So, Jupiter and Saturn get together every 20 years, and it's kind of like a reset, and it's a launch forward, as Jupiter represents faith, good feelings, spirituality, expansion, and Saturn, as I mentioned earlier, is about structures. So typically when the two get together, there can be legislation that is passed that is more progressive, or freedom that is granted for people, or just positive strides forward in regards to how our structures are built. So since 1802, every time Saturn and Jupiter got together, so every 2 decades, every 20 years, it would occur in an earth sign. Earth rules material resources, possessions, money. So a lot of times when these two got together, it had more to do with our financial reality, with our surviving reality, with kind of being grounded and being human beings. This year, when Saturn and Jupiter meet up, it starts a new cycle that'll last until 2158 of Saturn and Jupiter meeting up in air signs. Many astrologers argue that this aspect, since it's occurring in the sign of Aquarius, is the true start to the Aquarius age. But that is debated. A lot of people think it's already underway, and some are pointing at end of the year. So, air rules communication, feeling connected, being able to feel united with humanity, share ideas. And in Aquarius, this is the sign of the humanitarian, someone who is of the people, who truly serves the people. With this shift starting a new cycle that's going until 2158, it feels like the Saturn Pluto at the beginning of the year had to destroy the economy how we knew it, and capitalism how we knew it, and the workforce how we knew it, in order to rebuild something that is truly more beneficial and progressive for humanity, since Aquarius does rule of the people. With every death, there is a rebirth. And think of this time as your time to cocoon and reemerge stronger. It's not my job to spew out fake positivity, so I'm not going to say this is going to be an easy process. I've looked at the rest of 2020. Not at all. We've Mars going retrograde, hitting the Saturn Pluto eclipse point. Like, we have a lot of really stressful and almost a little bit tense aspects this year, 2020. But I want you to stay connected to that end result of the new world with new priorities that we are ushering in. A world where we don't have to struggle on material resources because we have the technology for us to be able to have that taken care of. So then we have more bandwidth to truly connect with one another, to share ideas, to allow people whose voices were systematically not able to be heard, to be able to be voiced out. Air is about being able to speak our minds, to connect with one another. Earth, and I'm not shading you if you're an earth sign, I'm not saying, this is just kind of the symbols of what they represent, but Earth is about feeling like we are safe and feeling like we're taken care of. This new cycle is ushering in a period where every single human on this planet will feel taken care of. They don't have to struggle for survival. They're able to kind of have that taken care of, so their brain power is operating in a way where they're able to think of new ideas and have the luxury of time, the luxury of creativity, and the luxury of connection. Your soul chose to be here during this destruction of the old way of doing things. And with Pluto involved, or that Saturn Pluto, Pluto is very much the energy of let go or be dragged. So you can hold on to the way that things were, but the more that you hold on, the more you're taking away from this potential new start and new world that we can create. This aspect, amongst other things, has revealed that capitalism is, in a lot of people, in a lot of ways, it's failing people. And the healthcare system, remember Saturn rules systems, in a lot of way is failing people. So we have this positive opportunity for death and rebirth all gathered together into 1 year. So your soul chose to be here. Your soul wanted to be the one to usher us into this new paradigm. It's very hard. The economic realities a lot of us have been facing has been very heartbreaking. And it'll kind of make you realize, or make as acquainted with, when you're struggling with survival, it is truly hard to provide true value and true connection to the world around you. So moving away from this period of needing to struggle and moving into a period where our brain power is free to move into different directions. North Node in Cancer is wrapping up these final 2 months, and we're all being advised to stay at home. And I think part of that is to gather strength from the inside, to realize who we are, away from just a cog in a machine, away from just providing a bottom line for a wealthy CEO, away from just a number in a system, who we are, what we've created in our homes, our innermost connections, our intimate connections, who we are when we peel back the status, the prestige, the achievements. These are all Capricornian themes, and that's part of what is being destructed this year. And what we have the opportunity to create is truly heart-centered endeavors. Cancer is about nurturing. It's about being at home and being comfortable with the person that you are. It means being able to rest when you want to rest and move with your intuitive cycles. In summer, North Node, which is a sector of the chart where we're all collectively moving into, is going into Gemini, which is the social butterfly archetype of feeling connected and gathering info from different people. So in summer, it's such a beautiful time to be able to band with other people and to know that we are not alone. We are moving into a sector of life where it's moving away from every man for themselves and these survival tendencies to how can we collaborate? How can we create value for one another? How can we rebuild a structure that truly works for ourselves? So this is the new kind of paradigm we're shifting into, in my opinion, as I look at the charts. I am praying for each and every person who is struggling in the midst of this current state of affairs. For me, knowing about the astrological implications of why it is occurring grants me a sense of peace, Because while 2020, the transits are very destructive and very challenging and very tense, and that goes all through the year. I'm not going to beat around the bush with that. 2021 shows a lot of beautiful transits and beautiful opportunities to rebuild. So many times we can't transform in a positive way without destroying the old way that was not working. So just keep that in mind. Thank you for tuning in. I hope you are staying safe, staying healthy, staying happy, staying connected. Till we meet again, stay cosmic.